Welcome to the third lecture of week 1, which is on design of thickener. This, if you remember this section, here we are considering one session where lecture 2 and 3 are clubbed. In lecture 2 we have discussed the we have defined the sedimentation, we have seen its application, and we have derived the equation to calculate the cross sectional area of the thickener. Now in this particular section we will start the calculation of height of the thickener. So, to determine height or depth of the sedimenter, initially depth of the compression zone within retention time Td minus Tc should be found. Now, here if you consider this Td as well as Tc, what is Td is the, if you remember, D we have denoted for the underflow. So, time at which the concentration of underflow, that is Cd, is obtained, that time is called as Td. Now, what is Tc is the critical sedimentation time, which we have defined as where two layers will be, only two layer will appear, that is clear liquid as well as the compression zone, clear liquid zone as well as compression zone. So, Td is the time required to attain the desired concentration in the underflow when Cl equal to Cd at T equal to Td. Tc is a critical time when all solid enters to the compression zone. Therefore, the volume of the solid in the compression zone at time T equal to Tc and after will be equal to the total volume of the solids fed. Thus, the volume of the compression zone within the retention time is, volume of the compression zone is volume of the solid plus volume of the liquid available in the compression zone. So, how we can correlate this is Q, volume of the solid is Q by rho Td minus Tc. What is Td minus Tc is the that we have seen the total time from critical to final concentration achieved, and Q is the total feed, because all solids are entered into the compression zone. Therefore, we have considered total Q by rho. So, that is nothing but the volume of the solid, and that is multiplied with time, because Q is containing the time factor also, plus Q integration Tc to Td 1 by Cl minus 1 by rho into dt. Now, what is this particular section? Q is the total volume, total mass flow rate of the feed, 1 by Cl minus 1 by rho. Now, if we multiply this by Cl, so this would become 1 and minus Cl by rho. Now, this Cl by rho is basically the concentration of solid divided by the density of solid. So, that is nothing but the fraction of solid available in the compression zone. So, 1 minus that fraction of solid is equal to the fraction of liquid available in the compression zone. So, that we have multiplied with Q and dt. After resolving this, we can find this particular equation. Resolving this, we can get Q Tc by Td 1 by rho plus 1 by Cl minus 1 by rho dt. 1 by rho will be cancelled out. So, final equation would be Q integration from Tc to Td 1 by Cl Td. Now, this particular equation, it can be solved graphically or numerically if Tc is known. So, as I already know the Td value, I can calculate Td value because I know the final concentration, but I do not know the Tc value. So, how Tc will be calculated? It will be calculated by the method proposed by Robert. So, this method shows the rate of settling in the compression zone is essentially linear with respect to time. So, the expression should be dH by dt equal to minus k h minus h infinity. H infinity, why we have considered? Because that is the final height of the compression zone, and h is the variable height of the compression zone. So, here we have this expression after integrating this. So, h minus h infinity by h naught minus h infinity, log of this would be equal to minus k T, where H and H naught is the height of compression zone at time t and at infinite time. That is the final height of the constant compression zone. So once we draw this H minus H infinity by H naught minus H infinity versus t in semi-log graph paper, from the slope we can find the k value. So this type of curve will appear, and here you see at y axis would be semi-log and x axis will be the normal graph. So how we calculate the value of Tc is the time corresponding to y, which is equal to 1 plus y dash by 2 gives the critical sedimentation time. Now what is y dash? Y dash is, as this particular section is almost linear, as time passes it is almost linear, so that is the compression zone line. When we extend this, it will cut over here, that would be nothing but the y dash. So 1 plus y dash by 2, somewhere it will lie over here, and when we see the corresponding value of time, the value we can see as Tc. So this is the Roberts method to calculate the critical sedimentation time. Now if value of H infinity is not known from experiment, it can be calculated by trial and error. Usually H infinity we find through batch sedimentation test, but if it is not available, we have to go for trial and error. What we have to do in this case? We have to assume H infinity and plot log H minus H infinity divided by H naught minus H infinity versus time. If bottom portion of the curve is linear, then assumed value of H infinity is correct. Otherwise, we have to take the new value of H infinity and draw the this semi-log graph and observe the tail of this, that should be linear. If it is when it will come to the linear, we have to consider that H infinity value as correct value. So once H infinity is known, the height of compression zone is calculated as Hc, which is equal to Vc by Ar, that is the volumetric volume of the compression zone divided by cross sectional area. So corrected height of the tank is Hc dash, that is which is equal to Hc into 1.75. 1.75 is the correction factor. Here we have to calculate the total height of the thickener, that is Hc dash plus allowance. Allowance for what? The clear liquid zone plus feed zone plus transition zone plus pitch of the bottom plus storage capacity to cover interruption or irregularity in discharge. So considering all these factors, we have to calculate the height of the column, height of the sedimenter. And these values are shown over here, which some of the values are in range and other values are a specific value. So adding all these to Hc dash, we can calculate total height of the sedimenter. Now here we have illustrated design of thickener through an example. Here a slurry consists of 2% by weight of solid, which is having specific gravity 2.5, is to be clarified by continuous sedimentation. Feed to the clarifier is 5000 meter cube per day. The underflow contains 10% solid. For this system, we have to design the thickener. Now for this system, the batch sedimentation test data is available in this table. You can see here we have time as well as height of interface. This data is available to us. Now as far as solution is concerned, this is the final equation we have to find. Now what is the purpose of this equation? We have to calculate AR, that is the cross sectional area of the tank through which we can calculate the diameter. So here we have to calculate X, CL and CD. As final concentration is 10%, underflow has 10% solid, so final concentration we can calculate as, if 10% solid is available, obviously 90% water will be available. So 10 divided by 10 by 2500 plus 90 by 1000. So considering this, we can calculate CD as 106.38. Feed contains 2% by weight of solid. So from here we can calculate CF, that is 2% if solid is available, 98% would be liquid. So considering this expression, 20.2429 would be the concentration of feed. Now using batch sedimentation data, we can draw this graph. Here y axis is basically h and x axis is the time value. Now for example, at some point we have to draw the tangent. So for that purpose, if I am considering value 50 at t equal to 50 minute, tangent to the curve has the slope, this tangent has the slope 0.00092 and it cuts the y axis at h equal to 8 centimeter. Therefore, the parameter should be at t equal to 50, x, that is the sedimentation rate, which is equal to 0.00092 meter per minute, and hi in that case would be 8. So you can see the expression to how to calculate CL is hi CL equal to Ca H naught. This was the expression. So for this particular case, we can calculate CLA as 101.215 kg per meter cube. Now we have to extract the data for different sedimentation rate as well as CL, so that we can draw the plot of LCL by AR. So to draw this, we have considered different time over here. Let us say at 50, velocity is 0.00092, and here you can see this velocity we can have we have represented x, which is equal to dz by dt. Basically it should be dh by dt. So that is the correction over here. So at t equal to 50, velocity is 0.00092, hi is 8 and CL is this value we have already seen. Similarly at t equal to 35, the value we have obtained, and similarly t equal to 20, 15, 10, 7 and 5. So we can find the values of the values at different point. So once we have this value x as well as CL value, we can calculate LCL by A. So here in this slide we have the value of x as well as CL, and we can calculate LCL by A, LCL by AR. So here we have the graph, and if you remember, the value of LCL by AR should be equal to x divided by 1 by CL minus 1 by CD. CD is fixed and CL and x are varying. So based on that we can calculate LCL by AR. So drawing this, we can find the minimum possible value, and that minimum possible value we can find as at x equal to 0.003, which is 0.328767. So once we have this minimum value, we can calculate area corresponding to this, but before that we have to find the Q value, and Q is the feed rate to the slurry. The slurry was fed as 5000 meter cube per day. So that is 5000 into 20.2429, that is CF value. So divide by 24 into 60. So total feed rate we have found as 70.2878 kg per minute. So cross sectional area we can calculate as 213. Diameter of this is 16.5 meter. Now adding the safety factor, SF1 1.1 and SF2 1.3 we have taken, because diameter is lying between 4.5 to 35 meter. Therefore actual area should be 305.7, and corresponding to this we have to calculate actual diameter of the tank. So to design of height of the tank, we have to take the value of H naught as well as H infinity, and that you can see from the batch sedimentation test. For H naught we have 40 centimeter value, and H infinity in this example is 1.7 centimeter. So following this we can calculate value of H minus H infinity divided by H naught minus H infinity at different time. So once we calculate this value, we can draw the semi-log graph where y-axis is log and x-axis is normal axis. So once we have this graph, we have to extend this line to calculate TC value, that is critical sedimentation time. So we have extended this up to here. So that is the value of y dash. So how we calculate the y is equal to 1 plus y dash by 2, and that will be 0.45 0.5415. So this value will lie somewhere here, and the corresponding value of T we can see from this, that should be the TC value, and this TC value is coming as 7 minutes. So critical sedimentation time is the 7 minute. So at T equal to 50 minute, CL is 101.2146. that you can see from the table where time as well as CL values are available. Corresponding to T50 we have value 101.2146. that would be close to the CD value, which is around 106. So though it differs, but it is close to that. Therefore we can consider TD as 50 minute. Once the value of TD and TC are known, VC can be evaluated as, this is the expression. Further, CL we can write as CL H naught by HI. After putting these values, HI value we can put over here, which is nothing but the HL plus DH by DT into T. So VC we can find by this expression after replacing Q with A, CA, we have this A by H naught divided by 2 HL dt. HL we have available over here into dt plus HC TC minus HD TD. So here you see this expression we can write in this way. So this is the final expression for volume of the compression zone. Now this dH by dt, that we have replaced with HC TC minus HD TD, because whole we have to integrate with the TC to TD. So this final expression we can find. To calculate this we have to see the value of this, and for this we have to draw H and T graph, which is found through batch sedimentation test. So here we have two value TD and TC. If time T equal to TC, that is the critical sedimentation time, equal to 7 minute, we have calculated in the previous slide, HC should be equal to 22 centimeter, and similarly T equal to TD equal to 50 minute, TD should be 3.7 centimeter. So area under this curve we have to calculate, and this area would be equal to value of this. So value of this area is 365.75 centimeter minute, and A we can calculate as that is the volumetric flow of feed, that we can calculate 5000 by 24 into 60. So this is 3.47 meter cube per minute. From the previous expression we can calculate value of VC. So height of the compression zone, that is VC by AR, that we have calculated as 0.182. The height of the tank now is 1.75 height of compression zone plus allowance. So here we have different factors for different zones. So considering all these factors, we can calculate total height of the column as 2.62 meter. So you can see the here in this way we can solve the problem. We can design the sedimenter to calculate this diameter and height of the tank, height of the sedimenter. So here we have the summary of the lecture, and this summary includes the summary of lecture 2 and 3 of week 1, which includes the topic sedimentation as well as design of thickener. So the summary of lecture 2 and 3 is: sedimentation along with its application is discussed, batch and continuous sedimentation is described, procedure of design of sedimenter, that is thickener, is discussed and illustrated with an example. So this is the summary, and here we have the references, few books which I have referred to for this lecture 2 and 3, and that's all for now. Thank you.